welcome everyone out there. This is Atama's Review Corner, Season 2, Episode 5. This review is made possible thanks to the Xbox 360 and its Avatar Connect Fun Labs app. I am your digital host, Atama Darkening. And today, I will be reviewing and dissecting the Super Mario Bros. Movie. The subtitle, when translated from Japanese to English, is The Great Mission to Rescue Princess Peach, which was released in 1986 as an animated short film around 60 minutes. Oh, you thought I was going to review the 1993 live-action Super Mario Bros. Movie. Sorry for the confusion, but we will get to that movie at some point. For today's show, however, we shall focus on this movie. First, I would like to give a little backstory to the games up to the point of the release of the movie. In 1983, Shigeru Miyamoto introduced Japan and the US to Mario Bros., an arcade game where players could play as either Mario or Luigi Mario, a pair of Italian-American plumbers, whose mission was to go into the sewers of New York and exterminate strange, unknown creatures. In 1985, most of the world met the brothers again, this time on the Nintendo and Famicom Entertainment System. In this sequel, we see them traversing through the Mushroom Kingdom on a mission to save Princess Toadstool, or later known as Princess Peach, from her kidnapper, King Koopa, or Bowser as we also know him as later. We, as gamers, never truly learned how the Mario Brothers were transported from New York to the sewers, but it would be assumed, in my opinion, that it was due to entering a warp within a pipe where the monsters were being released into the sewers of New York back in the original Mario Brothers. Finally, almost 8 months before the release of the movie in 1986, Japan got their hands on the true Super Mario Bros. Sequel, not seen in North America until 1993, and known as The Lost Levels in the US. Basically, it has the same plot as the first Super Mario Bros., but with different level layouts, and the addition of the black mushroom. So, as we reach the movie, let's do a quick recap of what we know. Mario and Luigi Mario are Italian-Americans who lived in New York as plumbers, sent to exterminate weird, unknown creatures that were coming out of the sewers underneath New York, and then mysteriously transporting and traveling to the Mushroom Kingdom to stop the evil Bowser and save the princess. Alright, now that we know the history up to the point of the movie, let's dive right into Super Mario Bros., The Great Mission to Rescue Princess Peach. The movie basically starts off with Mario sitting in a dark room playing a Famicom and a game, when out of nowhere the TV turns off. It then flickers back on to reveal Peach being chased by some of Bowser's minions. Not just that, but also fighting them off very nicely. At this point in the movie, I could only wonder and question as to how they can continue to kidnap her when she is defending herself by smacking them around like little toys. That soon changes, however, when she and all the creatures jump out of the TV. Peach then lands on Mario, followed by telling Mario that she has been looking for the great knight hero Mario. Really? He's a great hero? Why? He would have... Ow! He would have had to first of all saved the kingdom. Or did something heroic for this to occur. But clearly this is the first meeting of the two. Ever! Whatever. Soon after this is followed by Bowser himself, who is like 3 times bigger than Mario. Jumps out of the TV. Mario does try to protect the princess, failing horribly when Bowser just looks at him, then proceeds to press him through the floor with just 1 finger, then taking the princess away back whence they came from. Afterwards, Luigi decides to investigate all the noise and believes Mario's story to be crazy as well as a dream. Well, I guess I would too, as there was no proof. Though, as soon as Luigi leaves the living room and enters back into his bedroom, magically out of nowhere, the necklace that Peach wore around her neck just decided to appear on the ground. Okay. And why wasn't that there when Luigi first entered the room? Better yet, how did it just decide to appear there? The next day, we find the brothers working in a grocery store? Not just that, but Luigi apparently wears a completely different attire of blue and yellow instead of his normal green and blue. Anyways, Luigi eventually sees the pendant that Mario is fixated on and knows exactly where it originates from, even so much so as to have a book in the store that explains the Mushroom Kingdom and its history in an altered dimension. So, apparently people must have found a way through dimensions and decided to describe it to the rest of the world. And here I thought we were the only dimension. Shows what I know. Right after the scene, though, somehow this weird dog-like creature just walks right into the store knowing exactly where it is and the pendant and steals it back, leaving the brothers to chase after him. Eventually, the dog leads them down what looks like a set of construction pipes, and thus they enter the Mushroom Kingdom. Appearing in front of them is a wizard to tell them that they have now entered the Mushroom Kingdom. After hearing this, the brothers just completely disregard the fact that the princess, the one that Mario knows, is in danger and only cares about becoming rich. Especially Luigi, who starts dancing and singing about being rich with his brother, till finally sense hits Mario at least, and listens to why Bowser has kidnapped the princess. And that answer is because he loves her and wants to marry her. Also because she has continually denied his offers by saying no 1 too many times. He has chosen to take it upon himself to use a magic spell and turn all the citizens of the kingdom into rocks and blocks. Yeah, that'll show them. What a much better plan than working them and bringing fear into their hearts like any evil dictator bent on ruling the world would do. Or, my fault, in this case, an alternate dimension. The Mario brothers are then told that they only have until Friday the 13th to save her, as that is the wedding date that Bowser has set. Really? You're kidding me, right? He wants to marry her on Friday the 13th. So who's the best man? Jason Voorhees? Lastly, they are told that the only way to defeat Bowser is by collecting, then combining the Mushroom, Fire Flower, and Starman together to form the ultimate power! Da-da-da-da! The Triforce! Oh, sorry. Wrong game by Miyamoto. The 3 items are also said to be very heavily guarded and will not be easy to obtain. Finally, Mario and Luigi head off on their journey to find the 3 items to put a stop to Bowser and save the princess and the kingdom from the evil clutches of the King Koopa himself. Well, Mario at least. There's this whole subplot throughout the journey of Luigi just being greedy and continually wanting the gold coins and getting rich. Anyways, you'd expect the journey to go like any other, except none of the items are heavily guarded. Actually, now that I think about it, they aren't guarded at all. Two Goombas do end up tricking Mario and Luigi, not once, but twice, throughout their journey. Why they would trust them a second time is beyond me. Though the first time is the funniest in my opinion, as they just flat out get Luigi high on shrooms. Mario does state that they're laughing, crying, and angry mushrooms, but somehow I quite doubt that. It still just sounds like different stages of shrooms and the effect it has on people to me. So, sure, Mario, whatever you say, buddy. Well, they collect these items. They keep accidentally freeing the citizens of the Mushroom Kingdom as well from their stone and block prisons. Oh, wait! No, they don't. You find out that gold coins are actually some of the people of the kingdom. Well, I suppose that at least explains how Mario and Luigi keep getting lives in the game. They just sacrifice 100 of the people in a ritual to live once more. You would also think, knowing that they are supposed to be blocks, that Luigi and Mario wouldn't go around hitting them for coins and power. My fault. Ramen noodles. With Mario on the container as well. For someone who has never yet been to the Mushroom Kingdom, everyone there sure loves to apparently spy on Mario. Kinda creepy now that I think about it. Makes me wonder how much they actually know about him and watch his every action. Wow. A bunch of mushroom perverts watching Mario take a shower. Or something else like that. Shame, shame, citizens of this kingdom. Honestly, though, I believe it was product placement to promote the kids buying that kind of ramen, or so I think at least. Anyways, back on subject, the brothers finally collect all 3 items and travel to Bowser's Keep for a final showdown with the big bad King of Koopas. Well, now in the castle, Bowser not only conveys his undying love for Peach, but says he did everything for her. Sort of starts making me feel slightly bad for Bowser. Oh, and what's this? We find out Bowser has the power to shape-shift. You think he would have just pretended to be Peach and crush Mario once and for all. But as far as I know, this is never spoken of ever again anywhere in the Mario history and timeline. And so, after a little bit more patting between the princess and Bowser, the final battle begins, when Mario and Luigi arrive. Though, as usual, Luigi is off ransacking the place. What a surprise. Why have him start caring about anything but riches now? So he just leaves his brother to possible certain doom. When stated by the princess to eat the items, not combine them, mind you. Like stated, unless you count mixing in the stomach. So anyway, Mario starts to digest the mushroom, fire flower, and what are you doing, you idiotic fool? Don't stop on the final item to take a food break for more ramen. Yes. This seriously happens, and leads to him losing the Starman, and any hope of beating Bowser. Even stating that he has failed her. Of course you failed her. That's what happens when you just completely ignored her for something to eat. ADD, it would seem. And so Mario is defeated. Never mind. Yes, I was wrong, because this whole greed side story actually has significance outside of the story, making Luigi unlikable and a major dick. No wonder Luigi always is the one who gets ignored in the games. This couldn't have helped him one bit. As Luigi was, of course, busy mining for gold, he just happened to come across what else but the Starman that fell into the cracks of the castle. At least this time when Mario gets the Starman back, he actually eats it and thoroughly beats Bowser, freeing the Mushroom Kingdom from his magic spell. As Peach comes up to Mario, he promises to always protect her from any danger, or, as we all know, it will come to be the continuous kidnapping of Peach by Bowser. The story wraps up nicely, though through most of the movie, the audience has heard how the princess has been going on and on about marrying Mario, and he's her one true love. Which, of course, never happens due to the fact that she is already set to be married to Prince Toadstool, who apparently turns out to be the dog that stole the pendant and helped the brothers through the movie. I guess either the princess has a really short attention span, or just loves to jerk Mario's chain around. Either way, roll credits. I'm done with this movie. And of course, no, I'm not. Turns out there was a scene after the credits. The Mario brothers are back in the grocery store, except now Bowser and his minions are happily working for them. You've got to be kidding. No, you know what? It doesn't surprise me one bit. And so ends Super Mario Bros. The Great Mission to Rescue Princess Peach. All in all, the movie wasn't the worst video game adaptation, especially given the fact that at this time in the Mario game universe, there was hardly any story to go on, and therefore allowed to make such big leaps from its game counterparts. Perhaps if the game series at the time had had more time to develop, then this movie could be more hated by me. Well, or at least more hated than it already was at certain parts, as you saw. Or by the people who take the time to watch it. There were, however, a few instances while watching the movie that made me just feel like it was way out of place with the games. That being the grocery store. I mean, come on. They're plumbers. And Luigi's color scheme, mostly. That's not including some of the more stupid moments that happened, even if a few of them were funny. The movie had some nice and vibrant animation visuals, and the colors were nicely done for 1986. And at least since it was animated, it followed, or at least seemed like it was closer to the game. Well, at least compared to a few live-action movie adaptations. On a side note to my viewers, I would like to stress a few things before I go into my conclusion. This movie was only released in Japan, and only apparently on VHS, making it very hard to find, even in Japan. Going for quite a bit of money if found, so if you wish to see it without having to buy it, the best method would seem to be YouTube. There are many people who just have it with no subtitles, those who have added close or pretty close subtitles, and even one that I could see who translated with other fans of the Mario series. In conclusion, if watched with the full knowledge of the Mario universe, the viewer may not only dislike this movie, but nitpick at it constantly. But if you have an open mind and take into account that Mario and his story was still in its infant stage, then, except for the few moments that can make the viewer tilt their head and ponder what made them do some of the things they chose, then the movie can and may be enjoyable by Mario fans. At least up to a certain point. As for everyone else that may not like the Italian plumbers or just can't get into the story, this may be best to avoid unless it's something for their kids, as it was geared towards them in the first place. On a scale of 5 gold coins, I would give Super Mario Bros. The Great Mission to Rescue Princess Peach 2.5 gold coins out of 5. So, until next time, come back to Atama's Review Corner, Season 2, Episode 6, for the review of Final Fantasy XIII. And remember, keep gaming and reaching for those achievements in games and life.